Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. Pursuant to MGL 7C 38, section 20F, after notifying the chair of the public body, any person will make a video, audio recording of the open session of a meeting of a public body or may transmit the meeting to any medium. Beginning of the meeting, the chair shall inform other attendees of any such recordings. Any members of the public wishing to speak to the meeting must receive permission of the chair. The listing of agenda items are those recently anticipated by the chair, which may be discussed at the meeting. Not all items listed may in fact be discussed, and other items not listed may be brought up to discussion to the extent permitted by law. This meeting is being recorded by CTSB, Berkshire Edge, and the town of Great Barrington. The first item on there is the discussion of town manager finalists and a possible vote. Somebody want to open up the discussion with the three finalists?
Yeah, I guess I'll start. So I would say it was nice, and I thank Bernie for, keep continuing him and his team finding us people to interview. So I thank him for that, and I'm thankful for our committee that we put together to pick out people to bring before us. So very thankful for that. This round we had 3 people, all very good, and very capable. But in my opinion, I guess, I would have to say that Liz Hartsgrove, just her resume right from the beginning, the fact that she comes from the Massachusetts, the other side, Cape Cod, we're constantly compared to the Cape, and how we're a handful of years behind them with the same issues. So her having the expertise and experience, especially from Bourne, really stuck with me. With talking with a lot of folks, neighbors and everybody else, I feel like it's important for this town to have an outside set of eyes, and we could see by her interview how strong it was, how she can control a room, she controlled the narrative. She really presented herself in a way that I think would be very powerful for this town to have, especially for the amount of time that we have been missing a town manager in short staff here. So she easily displayed the energy for what this job takes, in my opinion. And again, just going back to her resume, I don't say any of this easily. A lot of good applicants on it, and whether I should or not, it's having a fellow person from Housatonic. It's not easy for me to vote against somebody from my town. I know that everybody knows our issues. Those are the ones that are strongest with me, but today, in my gut, in feedback I've been receiving from everybody watching the meetings, I think it's pretty clear. We need to have a fresh set of eyes on this situation, and I have no doubt that Ms. Hartgrove would do an extraordinary job in this position. So
I'd like to also thank the Bernie and the search committee, and maybe it's a little premature, but I'd like to thank Chris Rambo for the job he's done. He's worked hard for us. He's got a couple of hats on, maybe 3 even. And he's wearing them well, and he's done a fine job. I also believe that Liz Hartgrove was the person that I would want to choose. I liked her at first when I saw her resume. I see it was had a degree in dance. I was really too impressed or excited. And then when I read further and listened to her and read some of the feedback she got, how she's very community oriented, and I even stated that, and I even mentioned that to her in the interview, that I appreciated that, because I'm all about that, getting answers from people and coordinators. She seemed like, as Eric said, she knew what she was doing when she spoke to you. She addressed you by name. If she didn't have an answer, she was honest by it. I liked the questions, the personal questions she even asked us at the end, and why we are here. I feel confident that I think she would do town justice do very well, do a very good job.
Thanks, Grandpa. Anyone else? No?
Yeah, I'm getting over a cold that made me lose my voice, so I'll try to be brief, but I agree with the sentiments that Eric and Garfield had put forth. I thought Liz, the mix of her experience, leadership, philosophy, it's the exact right mix of what we need right now. I think she has worked on the exact kind of projects that we are currently facing and will be facing over the next 10, 20 years. Having someone like that on staff, I think is an incredible asset for us.
Thanks. Bill, you want to say anything?
I agree.
Perfect. I'll go a little deeper on it. I think it's somewhat expected. First, I was really surprised at the 3 quality applicants after this is our 3rd time around. And I was pleasantly surprised, and I've known Marie a long time and I know she would do a good job. Liz had a terrific interview, and as Eric said, anyone who met her or talked to her came back and said, she's really good, you should hire her. So I will not go against my 4 fellow select board members. I think that my one angst is to get a contract signed and get a new town manager here. And I will continue to be nervous about that until we have it signed. But I think she will do a tremendous job. So do I have a motion?
I move to authorize the select board chair to begin town manager contract negotiations with Liz Hartsgrove.
Right, second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. Bernie, thank you very much.
Thank you, Bernie.
Thank you.
You know, I'll be
Let me-
talking to you about.
All right, very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you. Okay, select board announcements, statements.
Yes, I have a brief one. Just a little different topic. The topic is seasonal communities. The topic of a seasonal communities designation has come up a couple of times over the last few months. Certainly come up a few times in the media. There's been many thoughtful pieces written on the topic. So I did a little poking around on it, just to try to make it clear. 8 Berkshire towns were designated as seasonal communities. They all have more than 40% of their overall housing stock classified as seasonal. That included Alfred, Monterey, Stockbridge, but not Great Barrington. This designation, again, a very brief quote, it is designed to recognize certain Massachusetts communities and ... to create distinctive tools to address their unique housing needs. So, and there's a 2 or 3 page framework that was put out by the governor back in December. There are a lot of interesting aspects to it. There's some positives, some potential concerns. I think most importantly, what's been cited by others is that it would give us potential additional flexibility to support affordable housing that would be offered on a preferred basis to municipal employees, town employees, which is something that has been more difficult to do in the past. As has also been said, we may have the option to, I guess, apply to be designated. But the key is that those rules for qualification or designation really haven't been put out yet. There's a council that's putting together additional information. They put something out about 2 weeks ago, and it really was silent on the topic of how a town might apply for it. So I think we just need to, we've been waiting on the topic, so I think we just want to continue to wait, but I just wanted to just put that, make sure that people know that we know it's there, and we'll get to it when it's possible to get to it. That's it.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to everyone who came out to the Affordable Housing Trust meeting on Saturday to discuss the rising ballpark, and the 4 of us were there. It was a very productive meeting. I know that board is doing a lot of great work, and this will just be the beginning of getting input on that project.
I'm just concerned about that flashing light that's down in by the Great Barrington Dispensary and across the street from the police station. Fine, it doesn't cost us any money, but that's my concern, if it's costing a district blanket continuously for probably 6 to 8 months.
Okay, well, look at them. Anything else, Trevor?
No, other things.
I have.
I have nothing. First, I'm gonna give the report, you'll be happy when I start saying that.
Thanks, everybody, for your thank yous. First up tonight, and it occurs to me, I think this is usually a select board vote,
Yeah, no,
you know,
so Chris is talking about Halloween.
Halloween, yeah.
About-
trick or treat.
A few years ago, I've been here a long time, so a few years ago, we decided, we always forgot to put it on the agenda. And then we rushed to put it on and we said, we always do it at the same time, so it's not. It's
All right.
an announcement.
So just an announcement, Friday, October 31st, trick or treat in Great Barrington, Housatonic, 5:30 to 7:30 PM at houses with front lights on. 4B here changes to the Mass General Law regarding short-term rentals. You may have seen some press on this in other towns in the state and in the county. Lennox recently had a forum on this. Short-term rentals now are under some new building code requirements. And there's a brief summary in your packet here tonight. There are inspectional requirements for all short-term rentals, both this year and next year, and then certain short-term rentals will be inspected every year. Others will be inspected every 5 years after that. During these inspections, town officials will look for things like means of egress, emergency egress, handrails, guardrails, mechanical systems, if there's in the rental space, smoke detectors, fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and some short-term rentals, depending on their use designation, will be required to be sprinklered. And then any certifications, if there are outside escape routes and emergency stairs, would have to be certified. So this is a new regulatory and inspection framework and regime. So the building department here is contacting all of the registered short-term rentals. They're almost all the way through the list, or nearly there, and conducting the inspections. So, some people may be surprised at this these new laws, but we just want to make sure people knew they were out there. And the town will be contacting inspections. I will say lastly, it's not on the agenda, but there are a number of things on the town's webpage and social media. There's an announcement regarding the transit programs, rides to Pittsfield for medical rides. There's an announcement regarding the Southern Berkshire Regional EMS study survey. And soon also, if it's not on the website already, there will be a survey live for the town's open space and recreation planning process. So hopefully folks are all looking at the website news and checking your social media, and go ahead and blast those opportunities out to everybody you know. Thanks.
Everybody, great job.
Thank you.
New business, the appointment of WB Du Bois Legacy Committee, Virginia Conway. Someone will have to call a friend and do I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve Virginia Conway to the WB Du Bois Legacy Committee.
I'll second,
Any discussion? Virginia's in the audience.
but we won't say what we're gonna say.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for volunteering.
Thank you very much.
It was painless.
Thank you. Thank you.
If I can leave.
Yes, you can if you like.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Gwen, did you want to say something?
No, just thank you. And hi, Virginia.
Bye.
Welcome. Yeah, thank you all. Just wanted to check in.
Thanks, Gwen.
You.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay,
You too.
citizen speak time. Seeing no one for citizens speak. Select board time? Bill?
Yeah.
Garfield?
No,
Eric?
All set, thank you.
And I'm all set. Media time. Do I have a motion?
Yes, motion. I move the board meet in executive session pursuant to MGL Chapter 30A, Section 21A6 for the following purpose. To consider the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real estate regarding Housatonic Waterworks. Because an open discussion may have detrimental effect on the negotiation position of the board and the town.
Do I have a second?
second,
We will not return to open session. Roll call vote. Bill,
Aye.
Ben,
Aye.
Garfield,
aye.
Eric,
Aye.
and I. It's unanimous. Thank you very much.
Thank you.